that load though.
Two damn phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
What's up guys, we're back with another video. Left off last week trying to pull the engine. I didn't get it all the way finished. There were still a few things, still have to unhook the fuel, still got to get the axles out, and then I believe everything's fine. The wiring harness has been unhooked already, so I think I can lift the engine out of the car. I'm gonna try to get that done today. It's been a week since I've worked in the garage because I work all week and had other things that I had to do. Showing you the new car. So before we get started anything, I'm gonna show you my garage is just kind of dirty. Parts have started to come. I've got those laying around. My work desk is just a complete mess. So before we start anything, let's get this area cleaned up. And just like that, with a little bit of editing magic, we have a clean workstation and we have some packages to open. So let's see what we got. I've been ordering quite a bit of stuff, so I'm excited to see what all is here. We still have quite a bit left to come, I'm sure. Don't you love when they put a package inside of another package? Awesome, this is a ODB2 scanner. It works with Bluetooth. I have an app on my phone that I can use. I'm going to be using ODB Fusion. I bought this for the BMW so I can read the codes and clear the codes when I need to. But this will also come in handy if anything goes wrong on the Honda or my truck or my girlfriend's car. I'll be able to read the codes from it. I don't have to waste my time going to AutoZone. Let's see what this is. Got a new mirror for the BMW. I'll be replacing that today. I don't know if I'll film it. It's really just pop it and pop it back on. Oh, this is a good one. Got my Eagle rods. I'm excited about these. Also ordered CP pistons. They're on back order. They're made to order, so it's about a 2-week lead time on those. The pistons are already here, or the rods are already here. I'll have to wait for the pistons. More stickers. Beautiful H-beam rods. Yanaka Motorsports. I believe this is the rebuild kit for the engine. It has all the gaskets in it. Sure enough, full set. I didn't know it was going to come with it, but it came with valve stem seals. I'll get more in detail about that. But it has all my seals in here, all my gaskets, the head gasket, intake manifold gasket, oil pan gasket, exhaust gaskets in here, all my O-rings, all soft parts that go for the car are in here. Brand new oil pump, sump gasket. Type R headers. They are black. I made sure that I got them black. Like I said, everything needs to be blacked out on this car. If it's not something I can't get to be black, they'll probably be silver, but these are going to be black. Came with a new exhaust gasket, but I guess I'll just have a couple extra, which I'm not too worried about because I'm only going to leave these headers on the car when I'm breaking it in. I do have big plans for the car, and you'll see later what that is. I'm sure you can probably already tell, but these are just going to be on the car to break it in, just so I can have something. I don't like this. I could have left the stock ones on there, but I just don't like them. I think that breaking the car in with these headers in will just be a little bit more fun. And of course, to save the best for last, there are still more parts to come. This is just what's been in the mail, and I'm excited to open this package up. Skunk 2 lost motion assembly, Skunk 2 Viton valve stem seals, more stickers, Skunk 2 cam gears. Now these are pretty, black again. More stickers, titanium retainers, These are their Alpha Series valve springs. They're double springed and it's supposed to be a lot better than stock. I'm sure you can guess what these are. It's like Christmas for me, I swear. 16-year-old me is smiling and grinning right now. Skunk 2 Stage 2 Tuner Series cam shaft. I'm happy with the packaging on these. I was worried about getting these shipped because camshafts can warp, but it seems like they packaged everything pretty good. And man, these are pretty. They're not marked exhaust or intake, but you'll be able to tell because on the camshaft, on the intake camshaft, there's a hole or there's a slot for your distributor to slide in. So I guess that's how I'm gonna go about figuring out which one of these is exhaust and which one is intake. They put some owner's manuals in here also. So I'm gonna set all this stuff aside and finish pulling this engine. I'm excited that most of what I need to rebuild the engine is here. I just have to wait on the pistons. Once the pistons are here, I'll check my clearances. I still need to order bearings. I don't know what bearing size I need right now. I could have ordered just standard, but I want to make sure that I have the right clearance. So I have to order bearings and I still need APR head studs. Other than that, I think the engine internals, everything is here. So I think we're good to start rebuilding. We just got to get the engine out of the car. So let's get to it. This is the fuel where I'm going to disconnect it. I think that's the last thing up top that I have to disconnect. If there's something else, I think the wiring harness is all disconnected. I think I can just unbolt this here and then I'll pull the axles and we'll be done up top. Alright, so we got the axles out. Fuel is unhooked. I got my stand or my lift ready and I just have to find some mounting points. I think I'm going to use steering mounting and I'm going to have another one over on the lower transmission mount. And I want to get one on the back. There is a mounting bracket that was supposed to be put here, but of course this car doesn't have one. So I'm gonna see if I can find a bolt that I can put in there and I can have 3 points. Alright, so we're ready to lift this out. I'm just gonna unhook all the mountings, all the engine mounts. I ended up using the power steering mounting and there was a hole back here where the engine mount, or there's an engine lift hook that should be here. There was a hole there that I was able to use. On the transmission side, I'm using the tranny mount, and then I'm also using where the engine mount goes in. So I'm gonna start to unhook the engine and see if we can get this out. The goal is to get this on an engine stand today. Well, we're all ready. We're all unbolted here. That'll be able to come out. Where the T-bracket's unbolted. Right now, the engine is only being held by the engine hoist. We're unbolted here as well. So I'll get you all set up so you can see the final shot of me pulling this engine out. Alright, so we're able to get the engine out. As you can see, we have an empty bay here. I'll probably spend some time cleaning that up before I break the engine down. My SD card filled up during filming, so I had to take a break and clear it off. I don't have the footage of me taking the engine out, but as you can see, it is out. And one thing I want to mention, when pulling the wire harness off, they're held on by these clips on the bottom. And if you don't unclip it on the metal, you won't be able to unplug the wiring harness. I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to get it off the metal without breaking it. So this clip is broke. It's just to hold it to the metal clips. Seeing as how hard it was to get it off there, I don't see myself putting it back on there. I'll just plug the connectors in and that'll be good enough for me. I'm not too worried about these coming loose. That happened on this side. and the other side there. So I was able to get those out. While I have the engine out, I think I'm gonna clean up the bay a little bit. I know I'll probably catch some heat for this, but I think I want to delete the ABS. So I'll probably tear through some of this wiring and delete anything that I don't need, making sure that when I put the engine back in, the bay is clean and has everything that I want in it. So I'll take this opportunity to probably do a wire tuck and clean up the engine bay. So now we just have to get this engine onto that engine stand. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. This is my first time pulling an engine. So I use the transmission to lift it out, but I'm gonna have to take the transmission off to get it on the engine stand. I'll look for another mounting spot to see if I can mount to the engine directly, but I might end up manhandling this somehow, some way or another. I may be able to use the engine coolant drain plug and get a mounting point there. And on the, I don't know that I'll be able to get I don't want to get these chains. I don't want to break them. So I don't know if I'll be able to get the chain from this mounting point to maybe like where I was mounted to the T-bracket. It should be long enough, but I don't want to ruin my distributor. As I was taking the engine off, I even had to pull my plugs out because they were starting to bend and I didn't want to ruin those. So I'm going to tear this down and then I'll be right back. So after searching around town and going to the hardware stores, I made the decision to just cut the mounting points here. I took about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch off. This will allow me to use the tranny bolts. I did a quick search online last night, and it seems like depending on the stand you have, you can use the tranny bolts or you'll have to go get bolts. I didn't find any that were going to be long enough with the right thread, so I decided to just cut this. And I think it'll be just fine. I still have steel here, and I don't think that this will hurt it at all. So let's see if we can get this mounted. All right, and there we have it. The engine is on the stand. It is completely supported by the stand. I'm using the transmission bolts here at this location. Using the transmission bolts here and here. And this is actually one of the starter bolts that holds the starter on. It's what fits in this hole. And these are both through bolts. I think I will go get at least one longer bolt because I don't want to support the engine with the starter bolt. It's not meant to support that much weight. It holds the starter goes through the transmission and holds the transmission to the engine block, but I don't want to put this much weight on this bolt. So I guess I'm going to run out and grab one more long bolt. It's just going to be a through bolt, so it doesn't matter what thread it is. I'll just have to grab a nut with it, and hopefully I can get one long enough. That's going to wrap things up for this video. I have to start the disassembly process now. What I'm going to do is wash the engine. I'm going to use some degreaser, maybe some oven cleaner, and get the engine nice and clean so I don't have to work on a dirty surface. That'll be in the next video, and then we'll start the disassembly process, taking the head off, getting all the sensors out, and getting it to a workable area. So I'm gonna have to restage my garage. I could do that today, but it's Sunday, and I've been working on cars Friday, Saturday, all weekend. So I'm gonna take some time to myself, edit some videos, and get something up for you. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. I just have to find somewhere to put these stickers. That might go there. Maybe I will, maybe I'll put a skunk tooth sticker on my motorcycle and troll some people.
Rob Stone, 2 damn phones, Babylons can't crack the code. Used to